it's Miss Verb. You may notice I'm not in my usual spot, and that's because I really wanted to make a video come out like really soon, but the lighting isn't good and I still have to work all that stuff out. And I'm especially, because I'm a cinema student, I'm starting to get a lot more nitpicky about like my videos and like the way I look at them. So it's just, yep, now I gotta deal with this now. I got back from camping and now I'm ready to talk about Miraculous Ladybug. A lot of my schoolwork is done, so I am ready to jump right back into it. And today I want to talk about timeline theory. Now, you might recall that I made a video called Where's the Continuity in Miraculous Ladybug? So if you haven't checked that, you can go check that out because there is some interesting information in there. But I'm not going to talk about necessarily about the continuity today, but I am going to talk about timeline theory and how the continuity affects that. Because if you recall, everybody is excited about Miraculous Ladybug. Everybody's excited about Miraculous Ladybug right now. I mean, with all the new episodes coming out, with Sandboy and the future reveal, in huge quotation marks, of Adrian to Ladybug from his Cat Noir form. There's Carapace that came out. Everybody's expecting Queen Bee to come out soon. There's a whole Style Queen trilogy. Everybody's freaking out over theories. So ever since that video about continuity, I have been saying I will try to figure out what the timeline is for this show. And as you may recall, what I said in the continuity video is that basically Thomas S. Truc put all these different pieces together in the show, but they're not necessarily in chronological order. So that made me think, okay, well then you have to piece it all together so that you can get a chronological order for the show. However, what has happened recently is that as I was doing my timeline theory, I realized that season 2 was a lot more ordered than the previous season. If you recall, in season 1, we just got bits of episodes. We got like a new villain every week kind of thing, and they just fought the villain and that was it. And there wasn't much plot to it. So that made me think, okay, you gotta like dig for the plot. You gotta try to figure out what's going on to get all the clues. I still think that's true. However, recently in season 2, things have picked up a lot more. There are basically new reveals and new information is coming out every week, pretty much explicitly. And all the episodes have seemed to come out in more or less chronological order, in the sense that we're getting a progression of the show. Like, Reine Rouge shows up, she shows up in future episodes, Carapace shows up, he shows up in future episodes. So it's made me think, and one rule I realized while making timeline theory was that basically if it showed up in the show, it would become part of the show later on. Like, the writers would be aware of it and it would just become a part of it. For example, once Reine Rouge shows up, then she can just show up in any other episode after that, and they never like go back on themselves as if she's never there. That kind of idea. Reine Rouge might not be the best example, but basically that's how it's going, and naturally that's how you would write as a writer, because once you introduce an element, then it becomes part of the show. But it doesn't seem like they're trying to throw us off with like chronological order of the episodes. Timeline theory was a thing in the first place because season 1 was so scattered, but season 2 seems so much more, it seems like more chronological. It seems like we're getting more plot. Recently, Thomas S. Truc has released the production order for the season 2 episodes, especially in light of all these episodes that are coming out of order, especially when they were announcing that they were gonna bring out Maledictator. Even before the first part, Maledictator is the third part of the Style Queen trilogy, but they were gonna bring out that episode first before even the first 2 parts. And in Maledictator, if you watched it, it reveals spoilers for part 1 and 2, which would be big deals. So that basically prompted Thomas S. Truc to release what was the production order for the episodes, and giving us essentially a chronological order for which they would have written it, and based on what I've said before, it would basically give us the chronological order and the timeline for season 2. So, which comes to basically my opinion on timeline theory currently, which is that in a certain way, we were misled. Timeline theory really occurred because in season 1, there didn't seem to be a plot, but also because Thomas S. Truc and his team, they were just working really, really hard and really, really fast to push out the first season. So, which basically meant that they didn't focus a whole lot on making like a grandiose show, they just focused on making like, you know, actually getting something done, or, you know, whatever combination of thing it was, but no matter what happened, it happened fast. So now we have to consider, what are they thinking right now? I think right now, he is making the episodes in chronological order, but just not with all the plot elements that just come forth like most TV shows these days, where they like in a linear fashion, they'll explain the plot and the plot just evolves over time. Here, we're trying to figure out what the plot will be in the end when they actually do have their final confrontation with Hawkmoth, but it's not like the main focus. The main focus is them just trying to defend the city day by day. So as I was saying, my final opinion on timeline theory is probably not necessary. It might still be interesting to figure out what the actual order of those events are, and also at what period of time season 2 is taking place in, which seems to be May, July, somewhere around there. But I don't think we really need to concern ourselves with the exact order for all the episodes. I've already kind of worked on trying to establish like timeline theory. My notes on this, they will go up on Patreon. They're probably already on Patreon by the time this video goes up. And I'll probably make some kind of video trying to explain like what my idea of what time the episodes are coming out, which, as I said, I think is probably around May, June, somewhere around then. I want to thank those who are already supporting me on Patreon. I'll probably like make it go up on the screen here or something, but thank you guys so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for watching my video, and thank you for sticking around. And we are almost at 10,000 subscribers. I'm gonna try to find something special to do. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Miss Verb out.